Welcome to our YouTube channel, OLOPRV.
We're the Wagners. We had a little fun before we got on the road, and we had stopped in home to do some finishing work, put the front air conditioner in, reinstall the seat that I've put way too many hours in out of a Range Rover, and a little surprise for oh my God.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
A little surprise for Jonathan.
Yes, he scared the crap out of me, is what that's called.
I installed an air horn, and I told him I was having trouble with it, and I said, I need you to come look and see. It's leaking outside. And
yeah,
so
it wasn't very funny.
It wasn't leaking. It only leaked when I hit the button and blew it and scared the bejeebies out of him. Mm-hmm. So I had a little fun with that.
Yeah, and our neighbors.
And our neighbors. We scared a couple of our neighbors.
Yeah.
And it's too much fun, but you're not funny. Anyway, air horn works. If you hear me and I'm blowing at you, please move. No,
he does
seriously.
use it. And the first thing was we were in Louisiana, and the seat that he spent all this time on for 2 weeks trying to figure out what mechanics go to what so he can have this and that and the other was not comfortable enough for him.
So yeah, I've had hip surgery, and I'm not in the best of health, but I'm overweight, and so the seat feels comfortable sitting in it for 5 or 10 minutes, but when you're pressing on the gas and pressing on the brake, and it became very uncomfortable in just a few minutes, if not a few hours. But we drove 3 hours, and I told Jonathan, I said, I know we're supposed to be farther down the road, but I can't. I'm in pain. So we stopped in Lafayette.
Yeah, Lafayette.
And go ahead.
He got an old.
It's not that old.
An older, worn out seat.
It's out of a 2008 International.
I guess it's not old.
It's not old.
It had a lot of dust and dirt. I had this much dirt.
The guy that had it out of a salvage yard just had it in a open air rack, so it was covered, so there's no UV damage. But
it wasn't.
It was
very
dusty.
Cute. It wasn't cute. And it was very heavy.
At that point, I didn't care because I couldn't go any farther. We were going to have to turn around and go back home, or at least try this. And he sold it to me very reasonable, and
you have to be comfortable
the holes filled
on the
in,
road,
yes.
Especially with your armrests and things. You do have to have those things. So.
With no modifications, we were able to dump the old seat that I had way too much time, energy, and money into, and we installed the new seat, and it's perfect. It's fine. I love it.
It's already broke in, and he's happy. So, so then we started going to Texas, or going through Texas, and we kind of went pretty fast. We know we're going to be going through Texas quite a bit. Yep. Because everything kind of, it's such a big state anyway. So we're
on a schedule.
We're on a schedule. We're trying to get to the Tiny Fest in San Diego, California. So we kind of don't want to be stressed trying to get there. So we wanted to get halfway there and then kind of mosey and do our trip from there. Right. So we kind of went through Texas pretty fast.
Yep.
You ready to travel to Texas?
Almost there.
What do they call Texas? Everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah.
I guess we're going to be bigger then. To go to Texas.
Going to Texas.
Damn right.
We're
going to the White Star. Right?
Lone Star.
Oh, the Lone Star. Where's Houston?
There's Houston.
Oh, there's Houston? For real?
That's just... Hello.
Goodbye.
It's going to be even worse.
But one of the truck stops that we went to was very nice, And but I just wanted to say that a lot of truck stops offer dump stations, because I did not know that. I'm still new to the community. Curtis knows a lot more than I do.
Yep.
And a lot of those truck stops.
Rest areas.
I'm sorry.
Truck stops offer them too, but rest areas.
Rest areas and truck stops both offer nice dumping areas, and also sometimes have water available for you. So if you are boondocking, you can go to those places to dump. We are about to dump our tanks at the rest area here in Texas. There was somebody broke down earlier today. What is potable water?
Drinkable.
You could drink it?
Yep.
But we also wanted to touch bases about, we met some people from Mississippi. They were kind of struggling on the side of the road.
That's right.
And we didn't know they're from Mississippi. We just saw them. And it was very nice that Curtis stopped and said, you know what, I hate being on the side of the road without tools, and maybe they just need something.
Yeah, I could tell that they were not just having a flat issue. And I told Johnny, I says, there's nothing worse than being broke down on the road. And you could tell they were looking for something.
This is what I'm talking about with the community. Everybody helps everybody. And we always try to help too. So spread the love. If somebody's on the side of the road, try to help them out, please.
So we hated leaving him, but we got him to at least where he knew what was wrong. He had a truck of his own, so he could go to the parts. Right.
He was not stuck.
He wasn't stuck. But anyway, he was going to have to go to the parts store, which was like 20 miles away, just to get an 11/16 socket. Okay, well, long story short, the only part about that I wanted to say is, well, you'll cut it all out and then you don't have to worry about it.
Is that if you see someone on the road, as the community is, everybody helps everybody, and just please help someone in need if you can. If you can't and it's unsafe, don't. But if you can. It's not always about you happen to work or get sweaty. Sometimes they just need tools, or maybe you just drink of water. You just never know what somebody might need on the side of the road. That's all I was trying to say.
Jonathan had to drive a couple times this trip. Once he had to, and once he really didn't have to, but we did it anyway. So we encountered some of the worst head crosswinds that I've ever been through, and it was rough. But what was happening is the school bus is pretty tall, got a lot of wind sail, big tires, but the car added onto it. It was putting a lot of pressure on one side, and it was overheating the right side of the bus. And you could tell it was almost like he had the brakes on, but it was just struggling, because I thought the wind had blown the mirrors out, but you could like see half the bus, and the other side you couldn't even see the side of the bus. And so when you stopped, the mirrors were fine. So I figured out the wind was blowing it over. So, and it was causing the vehicle to overheat. Not overheat, but it was running warmer.
The tires were hot. Like one side was not
the rim.
The one side of the left side of the rim was not hot at all, and then you would touch the right side, and it was a scalding hot kind of thing. So
and so we disconnected the car.
Got me driving.
Got him driving.
He had to prep me up for this. He's like,
yes,
I really need you to drive. I was like, I got this. Don't worry about it. I got this. Hi everyone. We had a little problem with the bus, and we decided that I want to take the car off and try to drive this stick shift in the mountains and everything. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job. There's no traffic right now, so I was able to call you or talk to you on the phones and tell you how well I'm doing. I've only had to conk out one time, and that was only the takeoff. Other than that, I think I'm killing it. I'm driving again. We are worried about it overheating the back, especially with the wind. It puts all the pressure on the right side back brake, and causes everything to overheat a little bit. So decided to drive a little bit more. I actually enjoy it right now from yesterday, so I'm becoming a slugger.
But he drove. He did really well, and the bus did really well.
Yep.
It quit swaying to the side. The temperature went back to normal, and
so I just wanted
Gigi's being camera shy right now. She wanted to get on camera, and now she's here. She's embarrassed. She's like
so is White.
Joey.
We do White too.
She's like Joey with Man with a Plan. If you've seen that, it was hilarious. She's a little camera shy. So anyway, we got through Texas, made it to New Mexico, and this one we bought a sand sled for him to go sand sledding, and so we went to White Sands National Park. In I don't even know what city, but it's 70 miles north of I-10.
I'll put it on there. A Kenner, I think, or something like that.
So it was not what we expected.
I expected to go a lot. Yeah, it was beautiful. It was over 145,000 acres of just sand, and it was really cool. Some pretty steep, but not very tall. Right.
So
I thought it would be going down a lot faster because they are so steep.
Yeah.
But sand, you kind of dig yourself into, and it kind of has more friction, so you don't really go down.
I think we'd have had better with a piece of cardboard than he did with his.
I probably would. The sled was not the.
Okay. That way. Recording. Lean forward. There you go. Forward. Forward. Too much work for all that.
I'll show you. You'll see a video of what the sled looks like. Don't get that if you go into the sands. So.
And if you have kids, they will love it.
They really
Every
will.
kid that we saw there had a blast. And don't be nervous when you first get there. They don't tell you how to park or where to park. Just keep driving. It's all easy. Even when it says road pavement in, keep on going.
Yeah.
Keep on going. Then there's one nice area where you can kind of park. Don't park there. That's where we park. Keep on going. And you'll find they have these little
awesome grills.
Awesome porches that protect the table from wind and from sun. It's a really cool place. They must have had 100 of those.
More than that.
If not more.
More than I can easily do that.
So on the way back from White Sands, we encountered I call it a dust tornado.
I call it a dust devil is what I think
dust
is
devil.
The actual name for that.
Yes. And it was, I mean, most of them are small. This one was as big as the bus. And it kept wiggling and coming across, and I'm like, I didn't know to hit the brakes or I couldn't hit the gas because it don't go any faster.
I was expecting some kind of impact, and you felt it, but it wasn't.
Oh, you felt it.
It wasn't like an impact, and you heard the sand. It was crazy.
Right. It was crazy. Yeah. It broadsided us, and it moved the bus, and it was. He has it on film. He just happened to be filming, and I was like, oh, I think we even talk about it, and sure enough, that damn thing swatted us.
It did.
And that was Johnny's first dust devil. So he enjoyed that.
It was actually kind of fun. Over. I was like, okay. Other than that, that's all we kind of did on this trip. This round of things. Next week, we'll do more of what we're doing going to the Tiny House Festival and some of the things that we're doing on the way there and after the festival.
Yes.
Yes. So keep in touch.
Yes. Thank
you for following us. And if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to like, share, subscribe,
and hit the bell notifications so that when we do another video, you get to see.
And thank you for watching again.
Thank you for watching. We love y'all. Bye.
Bye.